Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the Obelisk Lounge. My name is Justice, and today I'm going to be doing a water scrying reading for the end of the year. Hydromancy, also known as water scrying, is something that people who are clairvoyant is one of the different skills or divination tools that people that are clairvoyant can use. My gift of sight, that is like one of my main I really have all of the clairs, but but I use my gift of sight. That's the first one that I use when I am channeling information, and so I wanted to use the water scrying today for the end of year forecast, so that I can just let whatever is coming to me, whatever it is that I'm seeing and hearing and feeling, or whatever it is that I know in my being, so that it can just come on out with our end of year forecast. The purpose and intention of this reading is to just give us any collective guidance that we may need going out of 2023 and going into the 2024 calendar year. Excuse me. But yeah, just to give us like any collective information that it is that we may need, things that we may need to prepare for that we may not see coming. So any of that information. So thanks for tuning in. If you are interested in booking a hydromancy reading, you can book that with me. The link is in the description box. And yeah, I believe I put that information up on my website. If it's not up when I take, because I feel like I put that up a minute ago, but if it's not up, it'll be up when this video comes out. So just ignore the if it's not up part. It'll be up if it isn't, but I believe it already is. But anywho, let me just go ahead and get into it. All right, let's see. And I put this white cloth underneath so that my granite countertops would not distract me. I could just have a blank canvas as I'm gathering or collecting this information. Oh, okay. So I'm seeing a lot of fire. So people who live in the mountains, California, like those mountainous places like Utah, California, maybe even I don't know if Montana, I feel like Montana is flat, but Montana is coming up for me. People in those areas, you all need to be prepared and be careful. Prepare, like I don't know how to put out a fire, but whatever substance that you use to put out fires, you all need to gather a lot of that if you do not have it already, because I'm seeing some fires in Colorado as well. Let me see. Yeah, because it's like a lot of snow on the ground in these places. I live in hot Texas. So I know we're not gonna get no snow in December, but February we might. But let me see. Yeah, if you live in a city or place where you all are prone to forest fires, you need to be careful. Also, some of you that maybe live in older homes or older apartments, make sure that you, if you live in an apartment, get maintenance or something to clean out the vents. If you live in a home, you may have to hire somebody to clean out your vents, because I'm seeing going into December, people need to be mindful of old maintenance problems that have been persistent. Be mindful of those problems because things can catch fire. So tend to those parts of your home and your community. If you are someone who goes camping, you also need to make sure that you put the fire out. I've never been camping before, but put the fire out. Make sure that you do so safely so that you do not cause a big uproar, a big problem, a big problem or a big issue. Some of these fires are just unavoidable though. I feel like it's just maybe some type of regular cycle of cleansing that maybe Mother Nature just does. So some of these things can't be avoided in those more mountainous places, but people need to be mindful of electrical fires and issues and things like that within their homes. So practice fire safety. Let me see. What else? Smoking. Make sure that when you smoke, if you are a smoker, that you put that out as well. Because I'm seeing fires happening for a lot of from negligence too. Like some of these things are just natural, but I'm seeing like some negligence. So be careful. And somebody needs to be reminded of this. Remember, you don't smoke near a gas pump, because I'm seeing a lady pumping her gas and smoking. Or when you go to the gas stations, be aware of people smoking around the gas pumps. So just keep your head on a swivel when you're going out, because I'm seeing like this, like December. I'm recording this reading the day before Thanksgiving, by the way. But yeah, I'm seeing people really just need to be careful with things catching fire or being around fire. Wow. And you know what? It's so funny because actually, no, I'm not going to tell that story because then people know where I live. So never mind. But yeah, be mindful of that. Thank you, family. Let's see what else is coming up. I'm feeling like colds will be really bad this season. Like the common cold is not going to be the former common cold that you could quickly get over within like 3 days. I'm seeing this common cold having a late onset and a longer recovery. So make sure that you are taking care of your health, taking your supplements. Taking care of your health and taking your supplements. A good medicine for you all to stock up on would be like Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer is really good. And also, of course, like, your natural herbs and things like that, do your research. I'm not going to necessarily tell you which ones to get, because everybody has like different health restrictions or different health prescriptions, right? So yeah. But take your vitamin C and all of those different things. Really just work on focusing on your health. And then also people who are very, 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 very stressed out. We already know that stress causes sickness, right? But people who are stressed out, who are really stressed out, are more prone to like this new common cold that's gonna be going around, or this more severe common cold. It doesn't feel like a new COVID or anything like that. It feels like more so of a new common cold, or like the common cold is just worsening. It's not the flu, it's not any of that. It's like the common cold is just going to be more severe this season. Let's see, what else am I seeing? I'm seeing a blackout. A blackout where? A blackout where? Let's see. I'm seeing Texas. We need to be mindful. Let's see where else. Oklahoma, Michigan, New York, Georgia. Random and more sporadic blackouts we need to be mindful and be prepared for, or rolling blackouts this season. So stock up on like, your candles and your flashlights, things like that. Rolling blackouts. I'm seeing that. I wasn't expecting all of that, but let's just see what else. I'm hearing this, people need to practice giving and being practice being more kind this year to people, especially. Of course, be mindful, be safe, practice, utilize your common sense, but they're saying, spread more kindness if you have not already been. Because you may not know when you may need somebody's help or need somebody that will recognize you as somebody to trust. Speak to people, if you're out and about, smile at people, say hello, and different things like that, so that they can see your face, or even so that you can see their face. Just in case, you need their assistance, or you need a familiar face if you find yourself in an unsavory situation, or needing some help or needing some support. And let me just preface also, this is not a message of fear. I was not sure what I was going to pick up on with our end of year message and wisdom and things like that. So just be mindful of that. Don't be afraid, just prepare and things like that. Let's see, what else am I picking up on? Well, we don't have to worry about any more wars breaking out. All the wars across the world that's already going on, that's it for the year. We good on that. Okay, so that's good. I'm not seeing anything with that. Let's see. What else? End of year guidance. Decluttering and cleaning out of your house, getting rid of old items that it is that you do not need. Go ahead and start that now, and you don't necessarily have to do it by the end of the year, but just go ahead and start getting rid of stuff now. If you are a pack rat, stuff that you have not used in centuries, go ahead and just get rid of that stuff. Go through it, get somebody to help you to go through it if you if you can't do it by yourself for whatever reason, but you really need to go ahead and start going through that stuff and like clearing out your space. I'm seeing somebody, if you have a tree over your house, like an old tree that should have that is dying, you need to try to call the city to cut that down, right? See if you can get that cut down, see if you can get it shaved down, because that tree in your yard is dying and it's really, 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 really old, and you don't want it to fall on your house and cause any damage for that person. So call the city and get that squared away as soon as possible. Let's see. What else? I'm feeling like this is going to be a very cold winter. And I say that because throughout the whole time that I've been looking at my water, it has been very cold, and I've been picking up on coldness, but it's something that they want me to say about the cold. So what specifically about the winter being very cold? Is this danger? Do we need to be like what about the winter being very cold? Potentially for some people, yes, it could be. Especially for if some people end up having rolling blackouts, they're saying to get like those like little hot packs. You can get them at Walgreens, I know, and maybe even Walmart, but you need to pull out, like you always do, go ahead and pull out all of your warm clothes and like prepare to have like different heating sources available. But also, let me tell y'all something else, right? Whenever you receive a divination, right? Whenever something is coming out in a reading that is something that would cause discomfort or potential harm, you can always intercede on that thing, right? Well, not always, but a lot of the times we can intercede on that thing. So as I'm telling you all these things to prepare, if you don't want your lights to get cut off for whatever reason, or you want rolling blackouts to avoid your area, you need to make sure that you be calling on them angels, okay? Call on God. If if you venerate your ancestors and stuff like that, be calling on them. Like, you need to have a connection with your spiritual court and different things like that to help them help you to avoid some of these situations, right? Because even though things may be in chaos all around you, you may be the only house on your street or the only apartment in your complex that may have electricity, right? Or your building out of your entire complex or community may be the only building that have power, right? So, and you need to call on divine intervention and support to intercede on your behalf, okay? So if you are somebody where you do not have a strong spiritual foundation, or you be praying and don't nothing be happening for you, you need to rethink who you praying to, right? And you need to you just really need to just get clear about that, so that you can start seeing some positive changes and movements and things like that in your life. Because all of these things, anything that can cause harm, you can intercede on. And let me just give you all a testimony. When we had our that cold storm that came through, like I think 2 or 3 years ago, when we had that storm come through, I mean, it was iced out. Okay, iced me out. Like, it was iced out all over the city. And so many people did not have power. So many people did not have electricity for so many days. I remember going back to work, and one of my coworkers, this was like a month after everything, she was still having rolling blackouts in her neighborhood. But let me tell y'all something. I'm a praying person, and I commune with my spiritual court, okay? Whether people think it's evil or whatever the case, I don't care, because I know what works for me and what has been working. Because during that entire time, my apartment, okay, did not lose electricity. Well, it lost electricity, but I regained it like that same night, right? It did not stay off. My electricity was on, okay? The lights were on, just like Beyonce mic was on at the Renaissance. My lights was on, okay? And so my heat was on. It was working, where I was. And also I was able to go to my sister's house nearby, because her neighborhood also had electricity. It's like, even though it was blacked out all around us, even though people had or their electricity was off maybe like 10 minutes, they would cut out for for hours and different things like that at a time. I have so many testimonies of where prayer and being steadfast in my spiritual relationships with the divinities, it has kept me from experiencing a lot of different issues where everybody around me, or some people around me, were suffering. I was eating and I was living good, okay? And I was very grateful, right? That is what having a strong spiritual foundation can do for you. So anything that's coming out in this reading of the year that is scary to you, all hope is not lost. Need to learn about the angels, okay? That's something that I recommend to a lot of people, because a lot of people, find the angels to be safe, okay? Learn about the different archangels and who to call on for different things. Do your research, educate yourself, and begin to put those things into practice. And also, when things come out in a reading for you to do something, like for the person or the people that may have, that have that old tree in their front yard that they may need to tend to. When that comes out in a reading, you need to go ahead and act on it, right? Not like go chop the tree down right now at 8:00 at night, but the next day, go ahead and call the city to take care of that, for you. Go ahead and do and see what it is that you can to take care of that issue. And in the meantime, you need to be praying and interceding on your own behalf to make sure certain things don't happen. Now, some things we just can't avoid, right? Some things are fated, but it does not have to be fate all the time. Sometimes we can intercept things that are fated and have things come out in our favor, okay? So I just had to preface that. so that people are not so fearful of what may be coming out. Let me see, what else am I seeing? So a message about forgiveness. I'm seeing people really needing to open up their heart to forgiveness, opening up their heart to overcoming issues within your family. So not saying for you to allow somebody to continue to disrespect you, right? Or somebody to continue to abuse you, right? But needing to like release, needing to like release that hurt and let it go. Because that hurt, whatever it is blocking your blessing. Even if that hurt is justified, okay? Because let me tell you something. I don't believe in fooling with folks that didn't hurt me. Especially you got, baby, especially if they done did it 1 or 2 times. I'm not, after the second time, you not hurting me no more. Like, it's just not happening, right? So I'm not telling you to continue to fool with people who don't mean you no well. What I'm telling you to do is to just go ahead and to release that anger. Release that hurt, because whatever it is that you've been praying for, that is something, it's like an energetic block in your body, in your heart space. Because I'm seeing like this person maybe having migraines, or this person or people having some type of indigestion issues, like issues digesting your food, or maybe like chest pains. That's that anger in your body that you need to release. And some of y'all really just need to just start crying more. When you feel the need to cry, you really just need to just let it out. Okay, don't fight it, let it out. If you at work, go to your car, go to the bathroom, something. You know what I'm saying? But you need to get that energy up out of you. You need to start writing your feelings down and not avoiding it. Go ahead and start doing this before this new calendar year comes in. Do not let bitterness take you up out of here, is what it is that I'm seeing, and what it is that I'm hearing. Do not let bitterness take you up out of here. Do not allow bitterness to steal your joy. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Let me see any final things for our end of year forecast. The ancestors are saying to go back to the basics when it comes to trusting, again, when it comes to healing, when it comes to spiritual fortification. A lot of times we really just need to sit still and meditate, because they're saying that we are a little bit too distracted. We are too distracted with social media or just entertainment, or just different people, because we really not feeling the feels. But it's saying in this season, we really need to feel these feels. Okay. And if these feels are things that can block us, right, that can make us sick, we need to really work on releasing those things. And I'm saying that because I'm seeing a woman sitting in a lotus position with some lavender incense burning. And I'm seeing her just meditate, seeing her be at peace. I see her alone in her living room doing that, or maybe in her bedroom doing that. And so that's how I came to the conclusion of that message. To the people who are looking for happiness, you will find happiness, okay? Happiness will find you. It will find you again. Hope will find you again. Joy will find you again. Better yet, you will find it. You're going to have that resurrected for you in this season. So if you've been feeling really sad and hopeless, I see that joy and that hope, that divine spark being restored in you again. Let's see. Anything else? Don't be no punk, but avoid arguing with people. You ain't got to be no punk about it, right? But just don't argue with people, okay? Like, leave the arguing behind. It's so much toxicity and like tumultuous like stuff like just going on in some with with somebody in their household, in their environment, or even just internally for some people. Somebody argues too much. Stop arguing. Stop arguing. Stop arguing so much. Stop fighting so much. You don't always have to defend your honor. Your honor within itself is going to defend you. Take that as you may. Let's see. Anything else it is that I'm seeing? Rest and retreat. Rest and retreat. Oh, let me see. I didn't pick up on, well, I did at the beginning, those forest fighters. I was like, any world events? But yeah, no, not anything that would be relevant to, or impactful to us now. I'm not seeing that. Oh, I'm seeing a man driving in his car. Like, what is that? Stalling. What is that? Like when that happens, in his car stalling on him. Make sure that you have your spare tires. And this is just for any message that has come out and you find the advice useful, still use it. So even though I'm seeing a man in this image, any and everybody, take this advice. Make sure that your spare tire, oh, I need to do this myself. Make sure that your spare tire in your car, if you have one, is full of air. And make sure that you do not neglect your vehicle, like your vehicle maintenance. Go ahead and get the important stuff on your vehicle taken care of. If it's something that you just can't afford right now, get the important stuff taken care of. Somebody, if your tires are bald, don't be driving on them bald tires, y'all. That is so dangerous. Be careful with that, okay? Even if you can only replace maybe one at a time or one per pay period, but I don't know, or maybe if something that you can sacrifice that you really love for now, so you can go ahead and get your tires replaced, or somebody needs to probably, I see their check engine light coming on, so there may be like a battery replacement that needs to take that needs to happen, but whatever vehicle maintenance that you have been prolonging, you need to go ahead and take care of that this year. And until you take care of it, avoid traveling long distances. Long distances as in going out of town, long distances as in maybe your really long commute to work. And if you have to, avoid the expressways. They're saying to take the streets instead, if you just absolutely have to, but just to avoid the expressways and things if you are having issues with your vehicle. So, final message, all maintenance, okay? Because the thing earlier with the fires in the homes came out. So all maintenance issues, any electrical issues with your vehicle, with your home, I don't know what this is about, but you all need to make sure that you are tending to it and taking care of it, okay? Getting that stuff handled. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Bao. Okay, my folks just told me that there's nothing left for this message to show. Thank you. So thank you everybody for tuning in to this reading. Remember that anything that came out that you know that maybe makes you afraid, that you just feel hopeless about, you need to pray. Prayer plus action can intercede on anything's behalf, okay? Or anything or anyone's behalf, prayer can intercede and keep certain things from happening and occurring, or maybe the fallout of those things not being as tragic as they have the potential to be. So mind your business, okay? Mind your duties and different things like that. I wish everybody health, peace, love, safety, protection, community, all of the good things, okay? All of the good feels, all of the good emotions, all of the good people in your life around you, all of those things. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.